Hi everyone! Today it's the Patreon weekly poll winner, and I'm curious. You have chosen for me R.E.M's Nightswimming from 1993, and this is not my first R.E.M song, not even my second or even my third. I have listened to multiple R.E.M songs already, and so I'm really curious, what makes you choose this and say, you really need to hear this one from the band as well? So I'm excited. Nightswimming was the only R.E.M song for which the lyrics were written before the music. I find that fascinating, and I guess I've commented on this at various points in this journey. It always intrigues me what kind of compositional process a song goes through. Where was the germ of inspiration? At what point, which came first, the lyrics or the music? And it's never the same pattern, right? And so this is an interesting thought to me. This is the only song by R.E.M in which the lyrics were written before the music. It has a string arrangement by former Led Zeppelin bassist John Paul Jones, and Mills' piano part was recorded at Criteria Studios in Miami on the same piano used on Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. Nice connections there. Let's listen. Okay, before we get deep into listening to this piece for my first time, I find it interesting that there's this sort of string ensemble which is clearly put in there. Okay, I don't know exactly when that little bit of sound was recorded, but to me, it makes me think a lot of many of the Beatles songs where they attach some bit of studio activity to the beginning. And of course, this is 1993. This is a good bit after the Beatles, right? But I notice these patterns, and I notice how, okay, I was hearing all those strings. Wow, that really is a lot of strings. Wait a minute, that's not actually the beginning of the song.
Night swimming deserves a quiet night. The photograph on the dashboard, taken years ago, turned around backwards so the windshield shows. Every street light reveals a picture in reverse. Still it's so much clearer. I forgot my shirt at the water's edge. The moon is low tonight.
I'm going to pause it there for a second. So this is truly a song about swimming at night, not just some poetic image. I'm thinking, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? This sends me back to my childhood. It really does. And as many of you know who followed my journey, I've shared a little bit about my background, my upbringing, and the fact that I grew up in a rural farming area, a lot of small family farms, a lot of Amish and Mennonites for neighbors. And one of the special things about that particular area in which I grew up were the waterways. And Middle Tennessee is well known for its beautiful, clear rivers and creeks and streams. And that's just part of the nature of the place. And so as a child, as a teenager, I did a fair bit of swimming at night. And it is such a unique, special experience. walking down the road. It's a dirt road. And, well, not always. Sometimes it's paved road. Depends on which river you're going to. And it's night, it's warm, it's humid. You see the mist hanging over the fields. You hear the frogs. You see the fireflies. You hear the nighttime insects, cicadas, crickets, whatever is singing in the trees. It's not a quiet experience. And then, of course, the water, the moonlight. It is memorable. It is memorable, and I've done it many times. So this song really throws me back strongly to those years and that time and that place and those experiences. And all of that is just coming flooding in. At the same time, I'm processing the music and yes, it's the recognizable R.E.M. voice. But this sound, this piano, it's to me, what do I feel? I feel like it's capturing, well, it's the classic R.E.M., not terribly adventurous melodic qualities of the sung part, right? A lot of it is flat, but to me, that captures a sort of feeling of being alone in the water, being the stillness, the sort of floating feeling. And the piano to me is the water all around and the motion of the flowing river and all the sounds in the trees and everything. I really want to back up and start it at the beginning of the verse again, because I'm also curious how the strings are going to come in. But I just wanted to share that because those are some really beautiful memories from my own life, from my own childhood. And this just brought them flooding back.
Night swimming deserves a quiet night. The photograph on the dashboard, taken years ago.
It's almost like
Turned around backwards so the windshield shows.
it's almost like the voice, the melody is the expression of the swimming strokes, slow swimming strokes, quiet strokes, as you're just relishing and reveling in this nighttime swimming experience.
Every street light reveals a picture in reverse. Still it's so much clearer. I forgot my shirt at the water's edge. The moon is low tonight.
There's also a reflective quality about the melody. And this would be a fun sort of exercise, curiosity game to do, would be to take this melody and put it, lay it out so that it could be played backwards, because it feels kind of like an almost reverse image, just as the lyrics are saying. The photograph on the dashboard taken years ago turned around backwards so the windshield shows. Every streetlight reveals the picture in reverse. And I'm not implying that the melody is meant to be played backwards, but there's something about it that has this almost mirror image or reversed kind of quality to it, because again, the long static lines and then the sudden changes up or down pitch-wise, they could go either way. They really could. And I think that if it were to be flipped and played backwards, I think it would have pretty close to the same feel. It wouldn't be the exact same shape, but it'd be quite close. And that's an interesting quality to have when you have lyrics expressing these ideas.
The water's edge, the moon is low tonight. quiet night. I'm not sure all these people understand. It's not like years ago. Fear of getting caught, the recklessness of water. They cannot see me naked. These things, they go away, replaced by everyday night swimming. Remember.
It's almost like, as I'm paying attention to what the lyrics are expressing, I feel like it's implying perhaps that this is another experience of night swimming, but it seems like there's a crowd here, and it's a kind of lament of how it was many years ago when it was one person alone, or just a few people alone, and kind of done under cover of darkness. Now here suddenly it seems to be suggesting that there's a sort of accepted and celebrated experience of night swimming, and it says, I'm not sure all these people understand. Night swimming deserves a quiet night, meaning not something with crowds of people. It's not like years ago, the fear of getting caught, of recklessness in water. These things, they go away. And so this is very much a song of reflection, of remembering, which again makes me think about this melody and the way it gives that sort of feeling of reflection, or looking in the mirror, or looking back in time. Just the shape of it, the way it is, and the way the piano takes on such an active role musically. It's keeping the music going. There's the movement of the water. There's the flood of memories. There's the vividness and richness of the experience in the piano part. And now as the strings are entering, all of this is setting this up so that it has layers of meaning, layers of expression. It's the reflection of remembering. It's the reflection of meditating on recalling how it was. It's the reflection of the water at night. It's the reflection of the photograph that is being the means of recalling all of this. It's a reflection, a mirror in so many ways, and I love the way the music is embodying that that message, that spirit, that characteristic, that quality.
Replaced by everyday night swimming, remembering that night. September's coming soon.
Nice voice leading lines there in the strings.
For the moon. And what if there were two side by side in orbit around the fairest sun? That bright, tight, forever drum could not describe night swimming. I thought I knew you. You I cannot judge. You I thought you knew me. This one laughing quietly underneath my breath. Night swimming.
And there's also something about the piano part that I noticed the first few notes when it entered, and it has carried this along. There's this very buoyant kind of step up and step into it. Da 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 da. This very assertive and it's kind of celebratory joyfulness about it, and it it's a combination of reflectiveness and mirroring and remembering in the voice. And as I said, the evocative quality of making the voice be the one in the water on that moonlit night so many years ago. The quiet strokes, the quiet water, and then the piano. Or I would say it's the feeling of being in the water, and the piano embodies all the vibrancy of that summer night, or autumn night. Let's see. I guess somewhere I read September. Yeah, summer. That means it's August, right? Summer night. The vibrancy and the intensity of the experience, but it's joyful. It's free. It's buoyant. There isn't a mournfulness about it. It's rich. It's lush, and as much as a song could simply capture and recreate that kind of mood, that kind of experience, there's a sort of exhilaration about it. And I think this song so beautifully balances those two sides of the experience, those two sides of the picture. And I love the way the piano keeps up this buoyancy, this celebratory reveling in the richness of the experience.
This one laughing
It's just
quietly
marching around, standing up,
underneath my breath,
singing it out, talking about the piano.
night swimming.
And the strings. That's interesting, thinking about the strings. Flute as well.
Photograph reflects every street light, a reminder. Night swimming deserves a quiet night, deserves a quiet night.
I love the fact that this song brought back so many treasured memories for me. And I love the fact that it felt so appropriate, so well suited to those memories. And as with any artistic expression, there isn't only one way to experience it. There isn't only one way to interpret it. And I want to be careful not to put my personal experience so strongly in the middle that I can't allow it to say other things. But at the same time, this is one of the beauties of music, that music is capable of being something that is created miles and years and worlds away. And yet when we encounter it, it suddenly speaks to, and even in this case, speaks of, our own world and our own experience, and becomes something that is incredibly personal and relevant. And that's what stands out to me about this listening experience. You can be sure I'll be listening to this again. But, and I'm curious to see how, as I listen over and over down the road, how my perception of it will develop, perhaps shift, perhaps change. But this is what it did to me, and I truly enjoyed it. I want to mention the string arrangement just a little bit more because I didn't talk about that a whole lot. Towards the end, I started really noticing and thinking about it, and I'm fascinated by how I experience it. To me, it feels like it belongs. It's part of the music. But I started asking myself, is it necessary? Is it what makes this music express and embody and communicate what I felt and what I heard? And I have to say, no, it's not necessary. It doesn't get in the way of it. It doesn't interfere with it. It enriches it and it enhances it. But if I ask the question, what if there were no strings at all? It would still have the two primary necessary things that make the music be what it is. It would have that fabulous piano part, and it would have that reflective, personal melody sung by the voice. Those to me are the two core elements. Then the strings come in and they enrich it, they enhance it, they color it, and they give me more of the summer night feel, at least in this part of the country. Because and right now we're living through another summer with a lot more humidity and the same sounds. Doesn't matter if you're in the same place you grew up. This is the Middle Tennessee experience. I'm really curious if there's any backstory to where, what kind of location, because somehow it captures so much of, as I said, my experience. Where did this experience come from in their lives? I don't know, but I'd be curious to find out if they have talked about it or shared that at any point. So what a lovely piece to listen to and get to know. Thank you all who chose it for me on Patreon, and I appreciate being shown yet another R.E.M. piece of music that is so well done, so colorful, so expressive, and I'm truly looking forward to what comes next. I'll see you soon.